Well, hello and welcome. I'm so happy you're here with me. We're going to have a little fun today. We're going to be chatting about uh, the, today when you look around the internet and other places, you just see all kinds of ads for life coaches. And I just thought it was kind of funny. And so I wanted to share with you kind of my opinion on that and see what you think about that. What I'm going to be stitching on while we're chatting is just a little piece that I'm going, I think, to include in my big stitchery book, but I wanted something that looked a little bit organic, and I'm thinking that this is going to do the job here. So I've got the background stitched on pretty much, and I'm adding some elements, but I'm just going to do some straight stitches just repetitively to attach this, nothing fancy at all. So, grandmas are known to state their mind, and I am certainly one of those grandmas. And but let's see if we're on the same page here when it comes to these life coaches. And I looked up a definition just to make sure that I understood what they were talking about. And the definition goes something like this. It's someone who will help you design a personal strategy to achieve specific life goals and skills. And a lot of times that means they will work right alongside you until you achieve those things. And so a life coach is someone who gets you through life and helps you achieve your goals. Now, when I was raised, basically, there was no such thing as a life coach. In fact, pretty much my parents taught me that life is your best teacher. Listen and learn. So living was what I assumed a life coaching was all about. And so it really tickled me to find out that there were professionals for this today, and that there were people who were paying big bucks to get that kind of help. It's funny and it's a little sad that they were not raised with or given insight or counsel to know how to live life, get the most out of it, and be healthy in mind and spirit at the same time. But anyway, I want to keep this a little bit on the humor side and take it from there. I'm pretty sure that a grandma is the best life coach you could ever get if you got to go get one. Being a great grandma myself, I'm speaking from experience. Now, professional life coaches, they have to be very careful not to be too opinionated. They ask a lot of deep questions, and they really try to help their clients arrive at the best version of who they can be, forming their own set of answers as they go. Now, grandmas like me, we take the opposite approach, and for very good reason. We already know that most people today are challenged when it comes to the question and answer sessions. They've heard the I don't know answer too many times to fall for that strategy again. I know I have. I don't know. I don't know, Grandma. I don't know. Grandmas know that if you had the ability to reason just the tiniest bit, you wouldn't be in your current mess. Nor would you be grabbing for support before you given the issue a chance to work itself out or give it a shot yourself. And grandmas know when it comes to not being opinionated, hogwash. Grandma's opinions are worth their weight in gold, believe me. So let's compare apples to pickles. The professional approach help the client deal with negative thinking and beliefs that foster low self-esteem and or affect performance levels. What's Grandma's approach? Yep, you're not the smartest pumpkin in the patch. However, when eating a pumpkin pie, no one ever asked how smart the pumpkin is. The point, every pumpkin has a purpose to fulfill. If you're a pumpkin, be a pumpkin. Don't try to be a pineapple. Grow big and round. Display the best orange color you can. And visualize the benefit you'll impart to others. Now let's have a slice of my fresh baked pumpkin bread and talk about all the things you like about pumpkins. Let's go to the next one. Professional approach. Assist the client in identifying pertinent goals and establish a personal strategy for reaching those goals. Grandma's approach. You leaving by the front door or the back door? Are you taking the slow road or the express lane? If you haven't learned in which direction the sun rises and sets, how do you expect to plot a travel map? First things first. Figure out where you're standing before planning a new destination. And don't let your itchy feet get ahead of your common sense. That's my personal opinion. Let's try the next one. Here's the professional approach. Assist a client to maintain a high motivational level. Grandma's approach. Get your perfectly formed rear up and do something. And don't expect a reward for doing what you ought to be doing. If the task is hard, then you try harder. If the task is not to your liking, get over yourself and keep going. Life's got no sympathy for the weak-hearted. Put on your big girl panties or your heart-printed boxers and dance to the music. People won't always remember if you won or lost, but they will remember if you continue to show up. Is your grandma like me? Oh, I'm telling you. My grandchildren will witness to this, I'm sure, if they ever watch my YouTube videos. Okay, let's get back to the professional approach again. The professional approach is to assist the client to improve skills for staying focused and on target. Grandma's approach? Keep it between the ditches, fool. Put down all those contraptions with buttons, irritating noises, and nonsensical images, and look where you're going. And don't be window shopping either. Here you go. Grandma made you some special blinders out of my daisy fabric. You can keep them on, and I'll jerk the knot in your tail. You know, today, if you said that to a child, they would probably call the police and take you to jail for harassment. But that's the kind of grandma wisdom I was raised with and the kind I raised my children with. And you know, it's plain bottom line speaking. And very few children or grandchildren could misunderstand the message. And in each case, it expects action from them. It expects them to do something rather than having everything done for them. So let's look at another professional approach. You assist the client in analyzing their program and progress. Grandma's approach? What are you whining about? So you didn't get a promotion after 3 months' work. Poor baby. You didn't get a big enough raise after 6 weeks' work. Poor baby. No one appreciates how hard you work. Poor baby. Never mind. I've got your coffin ready and a hole dug. Now you can just lie down and die in your self-pity. But I'm thinking that after I shove a little dirt on your face, your perspective might show some improvement. Want to try it out? If not, it's time to figure out how I got to be this old and smart. Life's like swinging a pit bull by the tail. Everything is okay as long as you keep swinging. It's when you decide to quit that the trouble starts. So when it comes to progress, just remember, keep on keeping on. I hope you enjoyed those little ditties there, but they each have a grain of truth in it and a little bit of wisdom that, when applied, can help a person grow to be independent, self-sustaining, to be good decision makers, responsible people, hard workers, diligent, not lazy, not easy to quit and give up. In all seriousness, sometimes a heart-to-heart with a grandma might do a world of good. And grandma's services don't cost a mint, since we usually work for hugs. That being said, I hope you enjoyed that and found a little humor for today. We could all use a little humor sometimes, and even when we're talking about serious things, there's always a humorous side that we can guide ourselves to at times, and keep the joy in your heart, and learn to appreciate the things around you. And you know what? Most of us have a grandma. Maybe we don't have the type of grandma that we'd like to have, but maybe we're not the type of grandchild they'd like to have either. We can all do better at what we do, don't you think? But meanwhile, let's love our families and love ourselves and be productive people. Add something to the community. Be a person that other people will say, that was a good person. They don't have to iterate every quality, but just overall, that was a good person. That's what we want to be. And we can think about some of these things while we're in a meditative mood, while we're sitting here doing a simple, repetitive stitch, like I'm doing. I love it. I love doing stitching here with you. And like I pointed out on one of my community posts, if you don't have a friend to stitch with, you do now. You have me. I'm here several times a week. Just put on your YouTube and come and visit and sit and stitch along with me. And if you want to chat a little bit about this and that and everything, well, don't miss the stitching chats, because I have a lot of different subjects I like to talk about. And if there's one thing people will say about me, I'm definitely opinionated, but I have gotten better over the years at not thinking that my opinion was the only right one. There is so much room to listen and learn from other people. Their opinions matter. Whether you agree with them or not, you might learn something. At least, the very least you might do is just learn to understand them better and how their mind and heart works. We're not all cut out of the same piece of cloth, and we weren't all sewn with the same thread. Some of us are pretty ragged. Life has beat us up a lot. Others of us are just perfectly stitched and life has been smooth. But either way, we can learn. And if we've learned bad habits, then we can learn good ones. Learning doesn't stop no matter how old you get. So we're going to hold this video here today, and you'll probably see this piece again. I don't know if I'll finish it in another Stitch and Chat or whether you'll see it in my next look at my stitchery book. Whatever, you'll probably see it again. I don't know what else I'm going to do to it either. This is kind of just intuitive. I just threw some things down here. Looks kind of organic to start with, and we'll just see where I go from here. I'm thinking about putting some twigs on here. I don't want leaves dry out, crackle, and fall all over the place. I tried that once and that just didn't work, but a nice twig will stay in place if it's not abused, so I'm thinking I might do that. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? So I'll try that for a organic look. Until then, I really hope that you're having a wonderful time with your stitching, and that you're finding a lot of peaceful moments to meditate and think about life, and be appreciative for the things you have, and look around for anyone that you could help. Spread your joy just a little further. Until next time, please, everybody, take care and stay stitch happy. Bye-bye.